Hello, this is Andy Sullivan. Today I'm going to walk you through one of the more important safety tools you will use in a process plant. There are several names for the tool, but they all refer to a very similar process. Different names for the tool include a pre-task hazard analysis, job hazard analysis, or job safety analysis. A copy of an example job hazard analysis, or JHA, is shown on the screen. Instead of talking about the different parts of the form, let's jump right in and prepare a JHA for mowing the lawn. This is a task that most people should be able to relate to, and it has some real hazards. Let's start with a job step. The first one might be filling the fuel tank. The task uses gasoline, which has a couple of hazards, so this might be a good place to start. One hazard is fire from a spill or filling close to an ignition source, like a water heater. Our action to mitigate might be to use a funnel and fill outside. Another hazard with gasoline is benzene exposure. Many people in a residential setting don't spend too much time worrying about getting gasoline on them or breathing the vapors, but benzene can cause leukemia. My mom died of leukemia at 32, so I want to take the hazard seriously. We could manage it by filling outside to avoid breathing vapors and using a funnel to avoid spills. The actions are the same to manage the fire hazard, which makes it easy. We could consider wearing rubber gloves, but that is probably overkill, and nobody would do it at home. A JHA isn't valuable if the actions listed are not taken. It must be realistic. The next job step with hazards is pushing the mower around. I think I will leave starting the mower out because I can't think of any realistic hazards for that step. There is no value in writing down fluff. We don't score JHAs on length, but on quality. A primary hazard with pushing a mower around is running over your own foot or cutting off fingers. Mitigation is easy for fingers. Never put your hand under the mower when running. To mitigate the hazard of running over your foot, I think a good mitigation is to avoid pulling the mower backward. I believe people mow their feet when they are pulling backward and slip. Another good mitigation is steel-toed shoes. A very important mitigation for feet and fingers is never defeating the automatic stop feature that kills the engine and applies a brake to the blade rotation when the handle is released. I have seen too many mowers with twist ties holding the safety in the run position. I removed one this summer at a family member's cabin. Another hazard with the mowing step is hearing damage. We will mitigate that by wearing hearing plugs or muffs. We can space the items out on the page for easy readability. Note that I don't use more words than I need to. If it is short and concise, people might read it. Another hazard with mowing is flying debris. I almost knocked myself out when I was a kid when the mower hit a dog bone, which ricocheted off a tree and whistled by my head. It might have knocked me out, but it would certainly have poked an eye out if I was unlucky. A reasonable mitigation is safety glasses or goggles. The last hazard I can think of is injuring other people or animals in the yard. A true story is my supervisor at the plant had a daughter who was mowing with a dog on a leash in the backyard. The leash got caught under the mower and sucked the dog in. Can you imagine the trauma to a family? In another case, a child was killed when they ran up behind a riding lawnmower and was backed over. The mitigation here is to clear the yard of people and animals and keep them out. I think that is about it. The main learnings are to keep it simple and realistic. Your actions to mitigate hazards should be what you are really planning to do. A supervisor is likely to read your JHAs and they will check your job compared to what you said. They don't need to be long, but a good consideration of what could go wrong is important. Figure out what you are going to do, what bad things could happen, and what you are going to do to prevent the bad things.